Okay guys, we'll start from the front. I left these on because I might put on a tachometer and a battery voltage indicator in the future. So these we're going to leave on. Got our bag on. Now what I did with the turn signal relays, I got I replaced the OEM relay with a solid state relay. So when you put the turn signals on, there's no more clicking. The fenders and the tank, I gave 6 coats of the paint. The paint come out pretty good. There's no clear coat on it. I took these off. See, I got to touch that up already. I took these off because what was happening was the bolts were coming loose in here. So what we're going to do here too is we're going to make saddlebag supports. Come down here. That way I can put mini saddlebags on here. I'm going to make them. I'll make the saddlebag supports myself. So yeah, man, I like the color so much. I decided to just paint the whole frame that color, because the other purple that I had the frame painted, it was more like a lilac, you know. And these brackets here, I removed them. They were just too hard to bolt the seat onto. So as you see, we did away with the springs. See, if I put the springs on there, guys, this is gonna go up. It'll go up 3 inches. You know, that's the downfall having the springs on there. I mean, if I put the springs on, the springs are 3 inches, so the seat will sit up. It'll be basically like I'll always be sliding forward. You painted the battery box, the majestic purple, the frame's painted majestic purple, swing arm majestic purple. Got the side mounted plate. See, what I did with the wire loom, I have it just zip tied to the swing arm. And we made a plate here because all the wiring harness that was in the fender, it's now sitting inside here. So before you had all this wiring harness back here, that little plastic box that was underneath here, that's now sitting under here. Because since I shortened the fender by like 7 inches, because the fender used to come out to about here. So it's shortened like 7-8 inches, so I had a lot of wire left over. So that actually worked out good because I was able to put all the leftover wiring harness in here. Now, what did happen is I cleaned the tank out with vinegar and distilled water. What that did is that actually dislodged a lot of rust. Even though I emptied the tank out, when I put the gasoline in, that brought a lot of sediment into my filter, and as you can see, it also brought sediment into the carburetor. So now I got to remove the carburetor again, I got to clean the carb out again with a gum out, and we have to get a new filter. That's what we got to do now. Yep, I got to remove the filter, put a new filter on it, take the carburetor off again, and I got to clean the carburetor out once again. So that's what she looks like. The paint for this, I still have a lot of the paint left over. The paint was $58 with free shipping. There are still some areas of the frame I have to spray that I missed. And when we spray that off, I'll touch up like on here and on here. And other than that, other than the carburetor being clogged up right now, it runs pretty good. It's these seats are a little hard on the butt because there's almost no cushion in these. There's no spring on the seat whatsoever, so it's going to be it's almost like a hardtail ride. It's really hard on the ass. Okay, guys, I'll catch y'all later.